Hello.
Hey, Miss B, how you doing? This is Chef Sean with Memphis Chef.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I think I'm in the right area. Is it just yourself, or do you have a family?
Yeah, I have a family. I have a husband and I have 2 kids.
Okay, all right. I'm going to give you 2 containers if that's okay. Is that all right?
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for bringing it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Like, it's
Now
good.
let me know if I try and check in with everybody
Okay.
like week to week.
Okay.
But just let me know.
Thank you so
anything else
much.
here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Y'all have a good one. Take care.
So I'm going to be signing a national emergency.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security.
We're going to do the wall. And call a national emergency because of the security of our country. Absolutely. No, we can do it. I haven't done it. I may do it. I may do it.
I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. I'm not going to blame you for it. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government.
Could be a long time, or it could be quickly. Could be a long time. I am prepared, and I think I can speak for Republicans in the House and Republicans in the Senate. They feel very strongly about having a safe country, having a border that makes sense. Without borders, I've said it many times, we don't have a country. And we have to build the wall, or we have to build a barrier. The barrier or the wall can be of steel instead of concrete, if that helps people.
Saturday, it's the longest government shutdown in history. This is probably the first time, at least in a long time, that the government would be shut down because the president had an emotional tantrum about a physical barrier that makes no sense.
Trump is now ordering, as in summoning, federal government workers to go back to work without getting paid.
We are in this situation right now because we have a game show host playing like this is a game show, and it ain't. People's lives are at stake. We're not waiting for sweeps weeks. We're not waiting for a commercial break. This is real life. People's lives are really happening.
Trump has claimed that as president, he can declare illegal immigration as a national emergency. And then he wouldn't need congressional approval to build the wall. He could just do it himself.
President's campaign promise was to build a wall and to have who pay for it?
Mexico.
Exactly. And so at some point you have to acknowledge that you getting 50% of what you promised a lot of voters who voted for you for this particular issue. This is not a win, period. You're making those same voters pay for this. I know some of them have started a GoFundMe or whatever to help support that, and, you know, more power to them. But at some point, he's got to acknowledge that this was not the campaign promise, and there's revisionist history, surprise, surprise, from this administration on what that campaign promise was.
My name is Chef Sean. I am a local caterer and a private chef here in Memphis. I have a local food truck. I've been running for about a good year, but I've been in business for the better part of 3 years. Originally from Durham, North Carolina, but moved to the Memphis area in 2007. Took me a good year to really get used to Memphis, not just as people, but you know, the culture, the food. But I love Memphis. It's in my blood. Every time I go home back to Durham, you know, they got their own thing. You know, Durham, D-Town, Bull City, whatever. But you know, when I go back home, I always say, you know, I'm from Memphis. I stepped away from my 9 to 5 about 3 years ago. I've spent 10 plus years in the tech field, in a corporate setting, and even healthcare too. You know, there are a number of years that, again, in a corporate setting, that I took care of hospice needs And it was a great job. It was fulfilling. It was good. However, it just wasn't really my passion. It's something that I had to wake up in the morning and sort of push myself out of bed. It wasn't a struggle, but at the same time, again, it just wasn't my passion. Really just turned 30 and realized that I need to start doing something for myself. Start building something that if I want to, I can hand to the kids. I'd always been so happy to be in the kitchen, to create, to cook. Of course, I always love hearing the feedback of how the food was. Even if it wasn't great, that's great. I can always improve on it. So started taking a lot of pictures on Instagram and Facebook and just posting it, and just sort of started having a following. It's been a journey so far, but it's been a good one. So with the shutdown, I was blessed not to have to grow up hungry. My parents, always worked hard, and we were middle class. We had, but we didn't have to worry about food. So growing up and experiencing or seeing hunger, not only in my own community, but abroad too. I've had the pleasure of going to several different countries and just seeing the need, experiencing different cultures, but just seeing the need. Coming back here to the States and seeing the same thing, it's tough, it's hard. One of those people, I don't like seeing suffering. So I was scrolling through my Facebook feed one night after I put the kids to sleep, and this was maybe like the second week of the shutdown, and I'm starting to see individuals or friends of friends who were starting to suffer, starting to wonder where their next meal was going to come from, how they were going to look their kids in the face and try and hold it together. And it was tough. So I think in the span that night of seeing those posts, there's really two in particular, I decided it was not even like a 5-minute decision. I just decided, all right, I need to hop on it. There's a need, and I've got some tools that I can use to help some of these families. Now, granted, when I did post what I put on Facebook, not in my wildest dreams, I did not think that it was going to explode like it did. I thought maybe I was going to be able to help maybe 4 to 6 individual families. But I posted it, and then I went to bed. And then when I woke up, man, I want to say it was maybe around 275, 300 shares, a lot of messages in my inbox for Facebook. My number's public, with my business, so I had a lot of messages, text messages as well, asking for help. And that day, took the kids to school, made a menu, went to the store, did my shopping, and started to put together a delivery schedule. And I was out the following day delivering meals. The individuals that I've seen, at least the individuals that I saw at first, I recognized that quickly that there was not, of course, just a hunger need, but these were some parents that were trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the roof over their heads, and keep the power on. And so I went ahead and I created a GoFundMe. Originally, I created GoFundMe to just help me with the meals and just help me operate, that side. But it quickly evolved to, you know what, I can help pay for gas for that tank, since they still have to go to work and they're not going to be paid. I can provide some relief that way. I can provide some money so they can go grocery shopping. And even before that GoFundMe, I also need to say that the church, not just this church, Maples Memorial, but there's another church, the Well at Lewisburg, and in Bartlett, there's a church called Ellendale United Methodist. These churches, they saw what I was doing, and they were eager to help and jump in and support in any way that they could. So, they themselves got involved in some of these families where they could provide assistance. And it's been great. Since then, the news picked it up. CNN, they picked it up as well and did an article on it, and I've received a lot of help and support, again, with the GoFundMe, to just do that, to not only help provide meals once a week for these families, but also provide some relief where they might need it. So it's been a humble experience. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride. I'm so happy that it's out there. I'm so happy that Memphis Chef, and the name is out there as an entrepreneur. That's great. I wish it was under different circumstances, but I'm gonna, as I've continued to say, I'm gonna do what I can to help. I don't expect to fix Memphis. I don't expect to fix this country. But as long as the shutdown is going on, I'm going to do what I can to help others.
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man. It's a blessing, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Let me know if you need anything else, all right?
Yes, sir.
That's the payoff. I already love cooking. I could be in the kitchen all day. But to bring somebody relief, love to their door via their stomach, that's my payoff. That is my payoff. I love it.